Okay, there we go. I don't know why that was such a struggle, but we did it. We did it. I'll let some people start stacking in here. We did it. Yeah, I tried to stream for like 5 minutes straight and it just kept giving me an error. And I thought I was banned from streaming for some reason. Don't know why, but I thought I was. Good afternoon. What's up, man? JJ, appreciate it. Thanks for being here. I saw you were the first one in here. Sorry for the complications. I try to get it all fixed as fast as possible. I got my new streaming lights. Now I got two lights coming at me at the same time rather than, one professional light and then one not professional light. So everything's hooked up correctly. Let's see. Andy, what's up, buddy? Bez, what's up, man? Curiosity, what's up, man? How you guys doing? I got some interesting stuff to talk about in today's live stream. And somebody in my Telegram posted me this. This has been happening forever. There's always some article somewhere saying some devious plan to off-rail Bitcoin and make it go to zero. It's been going on since the dawn of time. It's never gonna stop until Bitcoin is mainstream. So if you guys do see those, try to not give them any credence. Most people know that, but some people still fall for it and sell their crypto because of it. And right now should not be the time that you are selling crypto. I can guarantee you that after I show you some interesting things that could be potentially, we could be seeing the absolute start of a bull market. And I will show you why in just a couple minutes as soon as we get some more people in here. And obviously things need to work out a certain way in order for me to really say for certain that this is going to happen. But it's looking pretty damn certain right now. Obviously, if things change, I will let you know when that changes. But right now, I will show you two scenarios that we could possibly be in that might get us cracking. Norman, what's up? What's cracking, man? I'm doing absolutely fantastic. I had a good day off. I didn't have anything planned today. I found a new buddy online. We've been talking, trying to get him interested in crypto, like I do everybody. Because I think everybody should give it a chance. Whether you're trading, whether you're just investing, I think it's definitely a good opportunity for everyone. So it was a good day. Sorry, man, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Kajitan? I don't know, man. I'm sorry. But thank you for being here. Glad you're in the stream, buddy. I'm going to go grab something to drink real quick. I haven't had anything to eat all day. I know most people say that and they've had something to eat, but I legitimately I have had nothing to eat all day. I just haven't had the urge. I don't know, which is good. I'm trying to get into fasting, and that is a good thing. Not a good thing that I'm not eating, but a good thing that I'm not having the habitual urge to eat when it's not necessary. That's all I'm trying to say. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab a drink, 0 calories, 0 caffeine, and we'll be getting into this. Hopefully by the time we'll be up to around 25, 30 viewers. So Rob, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you here. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Up to 21. Okay, so I'll knock out what I was talking about at the beginning of the live stream. Is this the start of potentially a bull market? Let's dive into this real quick. Let me find a place to put my headphones. I'll put them over here. Okay. So the reason why I'm saying this is because in the last live stream towards the end, if you guys weren't able to stick around towards the end, or if you just didn't, exit it out too early, the reason why I was saying this, okay? So you guys have been hearing me talk about 5.5K forever. And then I kept saying that that needs to be where we find our bottom. But upon going out to a macro chart, which I should have done in the first place, I kind of just did everything off of price action, not necessarily fib lines. We definitely still have a chance to go down to about 5.7, even 5.5K. And it wouldn't be a bad thing. But the reason why I'm saying that we might have found a bottom here, okay? Now, this right here, let's go ahead and put our fib retracements on this. We can see that our 0.382, which was where we capitulated and then fell down to 3K, that was at $6,269. Okay, you can see our 0.5 from this particular piece of price structure is at, let's see, 6,564. So to me, it looks like we got a bounce off of the price where we last capitulated from the bear market, and we potentially have found really good support here with that inverse head and shoulders. Now, how do we turn this into fish? Do not start doing stuff. Hey, fish, come here. Come here. Up here. Up here. Sit. Sit. Lay down. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. Stay. Okay. So how do we turn this into the next bull market? So these are my macro Gonfans. So these hold a lot of significance, and these are huge time ranges where particularly we could find a really, really good channel for our next bull market. So what I was suggesting in the last live stream at the end was, what if, okay, so if we really want to go to the upside, we need to turn all of this momentum into a new target. How do we do that? Well, we have two options, okay? We either have the option of us having this shoulder here, this head here, and we are perhaps forming another shoulder right here in between 8.8K and even as low as $7,300. Okay. Now, the main thing that I would want to see happen, if this is going to happen, I want to see this particular Gonfan right here hold. That would give me reassurance that this is actually the bottom, because if we can get a inverse head and shoulders here, we could even come down further and get a head here and a shoulders here and a shoulder here and use this as the channel for the new bull market. This one is extended a lot further, so it would take a lot more time. But the time range I'm looking at is anywhere between right now and 3 years later. So about 700 days is what I'm looking at as potentially from right now to where we maybe might find our all-time highs, what I'm potentially seeing. Okay. So if we can get all of this price action turned into a new target, that will help us break the 8-to-1 Gonfan, and then from there move above the 1-to-1. That is what I'm looking to happen here. Okay. If that can happen, this new channel right here, okay, between this Gonfan and this Gonfan will be our new, channel going up. You can see this one just goes straight up. We could potentially do the same exact thing. Go straight up, find resistance, come back down, retrace, straight up, come back down, retrace, all the way up until $55,000 to $70,000 is my potential, like what I'm looking at as a new all-time high. You can see I have a lot of the fib retracements marked out here. So the one fib retracement obviously would be at $20,000. We would probably have a retracement there. Coming up after that, sometime around March of 2021, maybe potentially 33K, have a retracement. And then from there, 45, from there, 63. And then from there, we would probably top off somewhere around the 1.618. maybe slide a little bit past it, go up to $70,000, but then pretty much do exactly what we did at $20,000 and just start skyrocketing downwards. That is potentially what I'm looking at. And I know it seems a lot of really far-fetched right now, but the main thing is the 8-to-1 Gonfan and the 1 fib retracement on this particular price structure, and then obviously our all-time high. Those are the three things that we really need to break through in order for us to continue upwards. And I was just saying, if we can turn and make a shoulder here and turn all of this downwards price action into a new target to the upside, that could kick off the new bull market, especially if we break out of those higher resistances. So that's the main thing I wanted to cover here, and why you guys should be holding on to your Bitcoin in the macro perspective. Obviously, if we drop below, I would say if we drop below 6.2, start looking at selling some. But definitely if we drop below 5,700, sell a little bit. Maybe not all of it until we really get past 3K, but start selling off a little by little at each fib retracement if it gets broken. That's what I'm really talking about. I believe I have the, I have the 1.272, the 1.14, and the 1.618 all turned on. So definitely for those higher time frames, they are definitely necessary to have on. Maybe not so much for the smaller time frames, but definitely for the higher time frames. So hopping into today's price action and what is going on, what do I think of it? So as I was telling you guys last time on Monday, that all we were doing was coming back down and testing previous resistance and confirming it as support. What did we do? We came back down. We tested previous resistance, confirmed as support. We got a huge bounce. Okay. So like I was saying, guys, do not short supports and do not long resistances. And the entire time we were above the support of the previous, well, above the resistance of the previous bull flag. You can see right here, this was our acting support all the way down. We had a couple nice bounces off of this as we were going down, but didn't officially get a nice bounce until today. So that's why I was really telling you guys, don't be scared. Don't think it's, we're going back down to previous levels right away. Definitely it's a huge possibility if certain things work out. But right now you have to look at the broader perspective. We've had a huge move. A correction is not, unnecessary. It has to happen in order for us to continue. We have to confirm previous resistance as support to continue on upwards. So right now, this was my swing low. This was definitely a swing high. I went ahead, set up my Gonfans just in advance, just in case this will hold for quite a while and we do build that shoulder that I was talking about. But if anything, if this particular Gonfan and resistance breaks, that would look like a breakout of this particular bull flag. Obviously, I would think we would need one more bounce, maybe down to the 0.382, and then from there, go out to the upside. That would look a little bit more healthy, because we will confirm two supports rather than just one major one. That would be the best opportunity. And then obviously we would go ahead, find the flagpole. If we're being conservative with it, I would probably take the flagpole from right about here. But obviously, if you want to take the full length, it could probably go from here to here. We go ahead, we attach that to where it came from. Obviously, it's not going to be one straight shot, but we could see anywhere between $9,000 and $9,753. Obviously, right here between the 2 and the 1.618, we do have a macro Gonfan that could be getting in the way of us reaching that target. So that is definitely something to watch out for if that ever does happen. But right now, we have a pattern. So, I mean, start playing it. Start shorting the resistances. Start longing the supports. Just play this pattern until it's broken and you will make money. Unfortunately, I didn't get in on the short swing, but I got in at the bottom here. I was DCAing shorts all the way from 7,841 all the way to where we bounced. I think my last entry was $7,668, if I believe so. That was my last entry. And then I took profits as soon as we hit the top of this. Obviously, we do have potential to come all the way up to 8,414 again before getting rejected. If that did happen, I would probably just DCA some short entries going up and then set my stop loss in between the 1 and the 1.272 at about 8,583. Carry it down to the downside, take some profits at the 0.15. Hopefully goes back down to the 8-to-1 or maybe a little bit lower or a little bit higher at 7,800. Take profits, enter along, so on, repeat the process. So that was some of the things I wanted to cover today. Ronnie, what's up, buddy? John, give fish some love and a treat. He's had enough of that today. He was a really good boy today. Went crap outside. That's always a plus. Didn't do it on my floor. That's what's up. He's been a good dog. He really has. I've been told that BTC price over 25K was local. In Iran, yes, that was true. Mrs. G, what's up? How you doing? So what's your thoughts, guys? What do you think about that particular call? Obviously, certain things need to stay consistent in order for that to work out. But this is definitely a huge possibility. Especially if you go out to the daily chart and you take some of this upwards momentum here. Okay. Let's look at this particular curvature right here. Okay. Taking that up. You can see that's where we got our bounce. Look at where we are now relative to all that price action. I don't know. Things are adding up. We're sitting at a parabolic support line. We got the inverse head and shoulders. We're working on making another shoulder to turn everything from $14,000 down into a new target. I'm getting excited. Things are heating up. I'm definitely excited for everything that could be happening. And I mean, we might just be in at the bottom. I don't know. If we do want to say that this stays at a consistent, steady growth all the way up until about $70,000, that would take about 700 days, give or take. That's where I would like my range to be. So about 2 years, which, you know, it sounds like a long time, but it's really not. Obviously, that is, 2% of your lifespan if you lived 100 years old. But for this particular bull market, obviously we have an extension on the Gone fans. So it's not going to happen, like it has in the past, where it's pretty much just a parabolic run up. It's just straight up. I think it's going to be more drawn out than it was before, going over the course of, a couple hundred days, almost to 1,000. So I do think that this is looking very good. I'm really excited. And I do think that it is potentially, it's 10% of my lifespan. Yeah. Okay. You're true. You're true. Okay. Makes me sound like a baby, where 2 years is 10% of my lifespan. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, you are a baby, Kite. You're only 20 years old. You're a kid. Shut up. But I'm excited, guys. I do think that this has a huge potential if we can form this next shoulder and break out to the upside. And I mean, this 4-to-1 Gone fan is also a huge resistance. You can see that's been pretty much our down channel. You can see we got a bounce off the 2-to-1, got rejected off the 4-to-1, back down to the 2-to-1. Now we're going back up and testing the 4-to-1, but forming a pattern to make sure that we're able to get past it. I mean, things are really, really saucy. Peter JP, what's up, man? How you doing? Where is the break? What particular break? Are you talking about right now, or are you talking about in the grand scheme of things? So right now we are working with a bull flag at the moment, which is a good sign for us continuing upwards. We got our swing low from our high at 8,479 to a bottom here at 7,663. I had my stop loss below this particular Gone fan here, so I'm glad that did not get stopped out. I'm very happy about that. And like I said, we were holding this support the entire time. We never crossed below it. So why would you short that? I mean, obviously, if you got in at the top here, that was a good risk to reward short position. And you could have easily made a lot of money off of that. That was about 8.4%. My regrets, my regrets. I completely missed that. But I did get out of my position up here. I took about half of my swing trade off of this breakout right here at the 0.5 of, well, the 0.1272 of this particular piece of price structure. And then as we were going down, I started DCing back into that swing position so that when we did get another bounce, it would be much more profitable. So, you know, you win and you lose. You know, I won, but I lost a little bit by not taking it. But it is what it is, and we're doing pretty well. We are at the top of the bull flag right now, so I am in a scalp short. I mean, obviously my long is still in play unless we get back up to $8,458, then I will exit it and enter a short position. Hopefully playing back and forth between this until a breakout. And obviously, like I said, I don't necessarily want to see the bull flag break out to the upside right now. What I want to see happen is us hold either, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing because then we could form a much bigger shoulder. And, you know, maybe get another inverse head and shoulders on that shoulder. So either way it works out, you know, I'm ready for it. Obviously, if I'm in a short position here, my stop loss is going to be at about 8,568. And then from there, I'll probably enter a long position, probably on my scalp account, not necessarily on my swing account. I'll probably wait until we get up to the $9,100 region before I start taking shorts on a swing account. That'll probably be my plan there. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea because I'm in a scalp short right now. My stop loss is, you know, 8,500 because I would like to not get stopped out in this pattern. So I would definitely take some DCAs as we're going up just to get your entry better. And if you get stopped out, oh well, there's always a new trade, but getting more position in it and getting your entry better and having definitely a high chance of us getting rejected back down to the downside would probably be the best bet. Actually, not necessarily a high chance, because this being a bull flag, there is definitely a much higher chance of this target going into effect. But hopefully, everything works out. Another beautiful bull trap. I don't know, Mrs. G. Obviously, I'm a trader that watches and waits for stuff to happen. I'm always planning for the worst. But right now, until this Gon fan gets broken, which is quite a while away, I don't know. Things are looking on the up and up. Let's see on the daily chart. We have 55 days. And if we cross below this Gon fan, I will change my tune. But 55 days is a long way away. We'll see how things are looking when that time comes. I do have my own Discord. That is something that I've had for quite a while. But it is a private Discord for people that are taking the one-on-ones. And I've talked to, you know, Seth and everybody, and they completely agree that the Discord should be for people that have really good information and they know how to trade by themselves, rather than opening up the Discord to the public and you have a whole bunch of people that don't know what they're doing and they are strictly there for listening for good traders that are making plays, and then they copy those plays, and then sometimes they don't end up, and then they get mad. The Telegram is completely open to everybody as long as you're willing to pay $50 a month. And you know, there you can ask as many questions as you can possibly want. If you want to go ahead and follow somebody else that's trading, whether it's me or somebody else in chat, that's totally up to you. But the Discord, I would rather keep it closed for people that, you know, they are either learning from me personally, or they already know what they're doing, and, well, obviously in the one-on-ones. Let's see. Let me put on a different song here. The Siege. There's one song I really liked. I was listening to it in the shower, and I was like, wow, this is really good. It's an album that has 3. Don't Fall Asleep, I think it is. Let's look at our indicators real quick. We'll take a look at the 15-minute starting out. 15-minute is starting to cruise towards the oversold territory, so it might not be good, which is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to take a short here. 30 minute. 30 minute, also very close to the oversold territory. I mean, overbought territory. Why am I saying oversold? 1 hour, definitely almost overbought. 2 hour, starting to get there. So things are definitely looking up on the up and up for us taking a short position, anywhere from starting here to here. So I would definitely be DCing shorts going up from 8,200 all the way up to 8,468 with a stop loss. Right about here would be a good stop loss. I went to Firebirds last night with some buddies, and I don't know what they put in their Coke, but that is crack cocaine. I don't know. I don't think Firebirds is like a chain restaurant. I think it's just one is here where I live, but it's really good. They have some of the best prime rib I've ever tasted. I don't usually like prime rib. It's not my favorite cut of meat, but from that particular restaurant, I don't know how, they slow roast it, whatever they do with it. It is fantastic. And their au jus sauce, it's not, typically when you go to like Outback or something, you get au jus, it's too salty, or, it's mostly too salty, but they know how to do it just right. That's why I love that place. It's expensive as hell, but I love it. Kite, pro tip, if you streamed on Twitch, you want to get yelled at so much for music, I think. Yeah, if I did stream on Twitch, that would be the case, but doing this, the VODs do get demonetized, but they are still up and the audio is still there. You're still able to listen to the entire stream. If I streamed on Twitch, the VODs, anywhere there is copyrighted music, it would completely mute me and the music all at the same time, so it wouldn't be effective. I would rather take the hit on the monetization, which I'm really not making any money from monetizing these videos right now. I'd rather take that hit and have you guys have the information and be able to go rewatch these live streams if you so wish, rather than, the Twitch. Yeah, I'm in a 6.5x short right now. My stop loss is up here, so it's a little bit more than I should have probably used. But it's just a scalp, so everything works out perfectly and it won't be that much of a hit on my account. But obviously, we have a very high chance of us going upwards. And I'll probably start DCAing once I get to around negative 10%. And then I would take a DCA. And then, depending on where we are, I'll probably take my last DCA pretty much right here. And then hopefully turn it all around. I got new shoes yesterday because fish ate my other shoes and they looked terrible. So I got some nice sneakers. Nike came out with these new shoes. They look like Converse, but they're Nikes. I don't like the flashy, like foam posits. I don't see what the appeal to that is. I guess you could make it work. Certain people have certain style and swag, so they can make it work. But me personally, I'm not. I've never been that kid. I just like plain black and white shoes, low cut. I'll only go as high as Air Force Ones. I don't like anything else really. Oh, come on, I'm trying to get my shoe back on. Okay, there we go. I need to change my white balance because it just either I'm that white or it's just off. And I think it's the first option, but I just want to I want to make it look like I'm a little bit tan at least. There we go. Hopefully my newfound buddy's watching this live stream, because I would really like for him to learn. Seems like a cool guy. I mean, I think everybody can benefit from learning how to live stream and all that kind of stuff. Not live stream, trade. Let's see. Let's set up that premature. Let's set up some of our DCAs real quick. I don't have these set up. All right, so I'll set up a limit order at $8,281. $181. Fell short. And then I'll set up one more. Probably put it right here at 8,404. Okay. And if they don't get hit, they don't get hit. My other trade will just go back into profit. What's called Bad Habits. I don't think I've heard this one. Wow, BCH. What's happened on BCH? Okay. BCH is up 18%. Damn. I mean, it's been on a, that's a pretty good bottom right there. It's essentially what we did, but just a little bit different version of it. BTC is up 60% in 24 days. I don't hold any BCH. I don't really think it's the bee's knees. But, I mean, that's pretty good. You're able to catch that bottom right there. It's that inverse BART right there. That was pretty good. That was 45%. Damn. If they had BCH on Bybit, I probably would be trading it. Because these are really easy patterns. You got BARTs. You got Chinese trumpets. You got triangles. This looks kind of like an Adam and Eve. Doesn't have the rounded bottom over here, though. But, I mean, that looks... BCH looks easy to trade, man. If I could leverage trade that, I would be on top of that. Pink is a piggy. Am I pink right now? I just got out of the shower, so my skin's flustered. So, if that is what you're talking about. Sorry, I worry too much about how I look. I don't have my... but I do want to go over that again, just for people that are just now tuning into the live stream. Anybody here that was not in at the beginning of the live stream, listen up. So, I was taking a look at the macro charts the other day. Now, I was noticing too many things lining up, and my thought process is this could be potentially the bottom of the next bull market that we're working at. The reason being, okay, first and foremost, we have a parabolic support line here. You can see we followed it around the $3,000 range. Had a blast off there. Sorry, the Sprite is making me burp a little bit. And we are almost at it right now, okay? Now, how do we get out of this particular structure and start working towards our next high, our all-time high? Okay, what I was proposing was, if we want to break out of this, we need upwards momentum. How are we going to get that? Okay, so you can see right here, we have this shoulder right here going from about 8.8K all the way down to 7.274. Okay, this is our head right here, and we are possibly forming the next shoulder along this line. Now, what I'm thinking is, if we can do that in the next 55 days, that will be a inverse head and shoulders on a macro timescale, turning all of this downwards price action into a new upwards target. So our new target would be $14,000. Okay, that would help us break the 8-to-1 Ganfan at $10,454, which is a huge resistance. Okay, and the next one, $14,000. Now, the main resistance that we have been being held down by, starting from the $10,500 region, was this 4-to-1 Ganfan. So that would definitely be something that we could smash through if that did happen. And that would pretty much start kicking things off. Once we get past the 8-to-1, it's pretty much a straight shot up to $14,000. Once we get past $14,000, $20,000 is our next target, which is our all-time high. We'd probably get a retrace there, and then start using fibs to guide our way. We'll probably, come up here, find resistance off 26,000, come up here, find resistance off 34,000, so on and so on and so on, all the way up this thing. And from the time right now to where my particular target for the next bull run is, my particular target is anywhere between $55K to $70,000. So if we were going up to $70,000 and we're just going on a direct path up, this isn't including retracements or anything like that. It'll be around 817 days. So that's pretty, it might sound crazy, but 3 years for a bull run to me doesn't sound that out there. We've done a lot more in a lot less time, and that seems completely plausible to me if that were to happen. So that is my long-term thing that I'm looking for right now. I'm looking to form a second shoulder and turn all of this downwards momentum into upwards momentum and a new target. In immediate terms, we are currently working between two ranges. Okay. We have a high here at $8,471 and a low here at $7,661. We do have a bull flag, okay, which we are currently above the resistance of that bull flag. So it definitely is a high chance that we continue upwards to 9.2K and then get a retracement there. Well, not 9.2, but right under this Ganfan here, or this 2 right here. So anywhere between 9.3 to 9.15 would be the next top if this thing did start taking off. From there, we'd probably get a pretty hefty retracement, anywhere between back down to 8,500 or even lower back down to this. And start building a new range there. But as of right now, this is my range that I'm working with and just holding on to. And only if this particular Ganfan here from the last set of Ganfans is broken will I exit a long swing position. But until that happens, I'm going to be staying long because it is just too damn profitable, and the probability of us going up from here is just too damn high. So that's what I was thinking of. And what I'm looking at to stay consistent. Obviously, if things change, I will change my tune with it, because certain things have to stay in order for us to continue this upwards trend. But I mean, obviously, we have many days until we hit that Ganfan that I was talking about, and we could even go a little bit past it technically based off of the parabolic trend line. But I like to base my stuff off of Ganfans. So this particular Ganfan should be our acting support. You can see we got to bounce off of it here, got to bounce off of it here. So we just want to see that stay consistent until we have liftoff, and then from there we'll work things off as we go. A white card. I've never heard of that, but that's an interesting idea. White card. Is that just like a is it literally like a piece of paper, or is it like just a reflective piece of, like, I don't know, just... But yeah, I got 2 lights now. Everything looks good. I'm happy. It's a good investment, especially for you guys, making sure that the quality is much higher for you guys, because I definitely take pride in having the best quality, whether it's audio. That's the main thing I focus on. So whenever it does get a lot staticky because of the programming, I do feel really sorry when that happens. What leverages are you using on your swings and scalps? So leverage is not something that you just set, okay? Your leverage changes all the time, okay? So I stay consistent. All right, so my real stop loss is 20%, and I use 5% on scalps and I use 2% on swings, okay? And the way I get my leverage is by using my actual stop, like my chart stop loss. And what do I mean by that? Okay, so like let's say I opened up a short position right here, which I did. My stop loss needs to be above a resistance that I know if it is broken, it will absolutely continue in that direction. I do not want to get stopped out for any reason. Besides that, one thing that I tell people, it's a much better feeling to lose more money on a stop loss rather than get stopped out and then the price return back to the way you were originally trying to trade. So that's why my stop loss is 4.46%. Okay, so I would take 20%, which is my true stop loss, and I would divide that by 4.46, and then that's how I get my leverage for my trade. So that is how I do my trades. Now, obviously, if you're taking your short position right here, your stop loss is only 2.10% away. So you're able to, if you were using the same stop loss as me, you're able to use 10x leverage. So the better your entry, the better your stop loss, the more leverage you can make, the higher potential earnings you have. That's why I focus so much on teaching you guys charts and showing you that, rather than focusing on the next best indicator that does everything for you. Because even the best indicator can't give you the exact entry that you need to make sure that your stop loss is good as well. So that's why I focus so much on Gone fans and fib retracements, and not necessarily market cipher, kite crossing, anything like that. So what is a Chinese trumpet pattern? Let me try to find a really, really good example of that for you. Let's go down to a 30-minute. The most recent Chinese trumpet that I can remember was right here, okay? It's kind of like a Bart pattern, but it's more rounded at the top. So you can see right here, this looks like a Bart pattern, but I was playing this on a much different time frame. But Chinese trumpets, it's usually like either a steady, actually, I know a better Chinese trumpet to show you. Let's go out to a daily time frame or a 12-hour. Okay, this right here is a Chinese trumpet. You can see it's a slow, steady up, and then it has a rounded top, and then a slow, steady down, instead of just a straight candle up, straight candle down. I know I did that backwards, but that is a Chinese trumpet. It's just a rounded Bart pattern. That's all it is. Oh yeah, if I turn HA on, definitely condenses everything for me. But you can see right here, slow, steady up, rounded top, slow, steady down. If I go back to that 30-minute, this one was definitely more of a Bart on the left side, but you can see it goes up, rounded top, slow, steady down, slow trickle. That is a Chinese trumpet. Yeah, I don't know a lot about lighting. I know like the basics, like key light, fill light, you know, all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I never even heard of a white sheet under me. Mandy, hey, how you doing? Hello. I guess you could say that. It's just I happen to be lucky, um, because my profession before trading was voice acting, and I used to have a a good studio. I made sure that everything was dead and quiet. I had a couple different microphones I would use for different situations, whether it was like loud screaming type or deep and personal type, like anything like that. Um, so I had a lot of knowledge on that. So when I transferred over to YouTube and stuff and live streaming, it didn't hurt. I wish Bitcoin Chris would hit me up and ask me how to set up his audio correctly, because I love Bitcoin Chris, but I cannot listen to him for long periods of time because I don't know, it just doesn't sound good. That's all. He's absolutely an incredible trader. I love him to death. He's like a second dad to me, but for trading. But his audio is just, it's subpar. For me, at least. For other people, they have different standards. My stream broke. Have you checked the Discord message? I have not checked the Discord message. That's a nice little setup. I like the vapes there. That's pretty cool. That's a good setup right there. Thank you. Thank you for having me on the middle screen. That means I'm priority. Thank you very much. Magnus, what's up, buddy? Sorry I didn't get to your message today. I saw it, but I was just too busy at the moment. And I just completely, it slipped my mind. But hopefully you said you stayed in, so I'm glad about that. You should be looking at getting out soon. Obviously, if we break 8,520, you could enter from there as well. But right now, right now we are above the bull flag. So as a bullish sign, we definitely have a higher target. So it's all dependent on how you want to play it. But me personally, I will be taking DCA shorts starting from here to here, especially with a lot of these lower time frames and higher time frames, definitely entering the overbought zone. 30 minutes entering overbought, 15 is getting bounces off the overbought, 2 hour definitely cruising up there, 1 hour definitely almost up there. So you definitely want to watch out for another return back down. Okay, so Mandy, I am not short in the grander scheme of things. I know you just got to the stream, so I will re-explain for you and anybody else that's new. Okay, I answered it. But yeah, like I said, some of the RSI is just leading the way for me recently on a lot of these little trades. And definitely them being towards the overbought zone definitely gives me the indication that we will be sticking with this pattern for a little bit. So if we have a return back down to this, that's a 6% right there. We could even go a little bit lower. And I probably would change my stop loss on my short a little bit, depending on how the price action works with this particular support right here. I'll probably put it, like at 7,500, and as we move down, I'll have to move it down with it. I'm just waiting for a bounce and then just continuously DCA my long entries. Do you prefer to DCA trade or scalp like there's no end when it's volatile? It's all dependent on what's happening. Sometimes, I'll put in a singular trade, and then that will be the absolute bottom or the absolute top, and there's no need to DCA. But in situations like this, where I take a good risk-reward trade on a particular high-level resistance, but there is other ones that could potentially get tested, I'll have to change to a DCA type style trade. I switch back and forth. Like I said, it's all dependent on what's happening. I don't stick to one style. There's certain situations for certain types of trades. And that's a huge thing you'll learn in trading. Definitely, like, I always repeat this, but I feel like this is definitely something that needs to be repeated time and time again. Um, there's a difference between making a good trade that just doesn't work out, and there's a difference between a trade that you made a mistake on, like longing a resistance or shorting a support, like right here. If you, I mean, it wouldn't be that bad if you shorted it. As soon as we touch this, switch it up. It's just a good risk to reward and great way of trading, in my personal view. Um, but there's a great difference between those two things. And if you can learn how to identify that, it will definitely build up your confidence. If you know you're making good trades, but just getting unlucky sometimes, it will definitely help you not revenge trade, which is a huge problem where people will lose one trade and then use more money or more leverage on the next trade to make sure that they make up for those losses. And if you go down that path, it's a deep and dangerous one where you can potentially lose everything or a very good chunk before you really come to your senses. So definitely wanted to reiterate that. I'm probably going to reiterate that in every single live stream from this day on, just for newer people that are coming into the market, because I definitely think that this is the beginning of a bull market potentially. And if that is the case, there will be a ton of new faces in here coming in the next couple of months as Bitcoin really starts coming on people's radars. So I'm really happy about that because I can definitely help a lot of people out. And I've had a couple talks with people about, you know, why I do what I do. And I don't know, like, you can say it's just me, my personality, anything like that, but I personally have been in the same shoes that a lot of you guys are, and I understand how unforgiving trading can be sometimes. And I feel like if you have the correct information, you can skip a lot of those hard learning lessons that I personally taken. There's one trade where, I wasn't using good risk management. I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. I was really just chasing the dollar signs, and I lost $50,000. And I pretty much went to bed crying that night. But if it wasn't for that hard learning lesson, I don't think I would be where I am right now, because it wouldn't have made me snap back into reality and start taking things a little bit more seriously and realizing that I could potentially lose everything that I've made over the past, 4 or 5 years if I really didn't take this seriously and treat it as such. So hopefully I could save a lot of you guys from those types of situations. But sometimes it, depending on the person, it does take something like that to really make you rethink how you're doing things. Thank you, Crypto Half-Life. I really do appreciate that. Like, I'm going to stick to my morals when it comes to the crypto community and, how I treat YouTube itself. A lot of traders, they'll put specific things in their titles or, make a certain thumbnail to draw attention, whether it's we're going down to $1,000 or we're going to $30,000 tomorrow. Anything like that to catch clicks. And that's one of the reasons why I don't show my particular trades. I'm not the bragging type. I'm not here to show you my hundreds of thousands of dollars that I win every single month on my trades. I'm here to show you that I know how to trade. I rather me talking about it and telling you what I'll do in specific situations and letting that speak for itself, rather than me just showing you my profit loss and saying that I'm a good trader, because there's a huge difference. A lot of people, they can be good traders, under the surface, but they're masquerading it with, whether it's cranking your leverage up to 100x at the end of a trade to post that stop loss. I mean, not post that stop loss, but post that fish. No, post that profit log and make everybody drool in their mouth or anything like that. I rather do it differently. I want to be different than other people. So that's why I'm taking the routes that I am. Some people have a different perspective where if you don't show your trades and your how much money you're making, you're pretty much worthless. Those people, I feel like I wish them the best, but I feel like you are going to fall into a lot of traps when it comes to the YouTube and finding the creator that you listen to the most in terms of price action. Because my greatest recommendation when it comes to YouTube is find about 2 to 3 people that you know are consistent and know have a good track record and are a level head, and pick them and them only and listen to them and them only. For me in particular, the people that I go to for, unbiased information where I know I'm not going to get a lot of hype and I'm not going to, I get the real information, is usually Crown Crypto, CBC patrons, or Crypto Bitcoin Chris, or Crypto Revolutions, whatever you want to call them, or Silicone. Those are the 3 people that I know I can go to and get valuable information time and time again with little to no FUD or FOMO. Let's see, Fish. Come here, Fish. Come here. I'm wearing a black shirt, so it's gonna completely get hair all over it, but I do it for you. Come here, Fish. Come here. People want to see you. Come on. Say hello, Fish. Simba. Say hello. You like to bark so much, say hello. Can he breathe? Yes. He is a pug, but he's only half pug. So you can see he doesn't have like the really smushed in nose like a lot of pugs. His is a little bit more drawn out. That's from his mother. His mother is a Palpian, and then his dad is a pug. So he doesn't have as many of the breathing problems. Lay down. Sit. 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 Come on, sit. Do something. What are you staring at? Sit. 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 Good dog. Stay. Lay down. Good dog. Okay. But he doesn't have as many of the breathing problems as most pugs. Whenever we're really playing and he gets really excited, he will reverse sneeze, which is sounding like he's dying, but it's just a reverse sneeze. But that's the only breathing problem that he has. The only thing that I think will become a problem in the future, or that I feel really sorry about for Fish, he doesn't have like straight eyeballs. His eyeballs go like this, which I've read up online that pretty much they're in constant pain, and I think there is a surgery I can get to fix that, but I just haven't gone out and done it yet. FA, thank you for stopping in here, man. I appreciate it. Glad you like it. Yeah, I give him CBD treats. It definitely helps out a lot. He likes to like tear at his paws a lot, and that's not a good thing. CBD, it pretty much fixes that. CBD makes him chill out, obviously, because he's more relaxed. But he likes them. See, that's what I'm saying, Crypto Half-Life. Even when Crown is wrong about a certain call, it's because he set up a good risk to reward trade. And that's what I was saying. There's a difference between being wrong and making a mistake and being wrong because you're unlucky. When you're in trading, there is never 100% certainty in anything you do. It is about taking the highest probability trade you can and making sure that your stop losses and your entries are great as well. And over time, you'll be long-term profitable. If you were right 100% of the time, you could use 100x leverage, you would be at $1 million by tomorrow. But that is not how trading works. If you do that, you will lose. There is never, ever going to be anything in this world that will give you 100% accuracy on trading. I might regret my words on that because one of my buddies of mine are working on an indicator that, if used correctly, will have a 95% return on investment. He's still in the process of collecting data, so I can't really give too much information, but I might bite my words on that. But he is a very, very smart man, very, very intelligent individual, and definitely when that does come out, I will demo it for you guys. I will show you what it's like. But I will still, even with that, even with him being a friend, I will not promote that over good trading, even with that high of a success rate. That's why I don't promote, well, I do promote Market Cipher because that's where I got my start. I do owe a lot of my success to Market Cipher, but it did not teach me. It only helped me. It did not teach me how to become a good trader. It only helped me become a good trader, and there's a huge difference. Last month, I made about I would say 1.5% daily on average. That's including my scalps and my swing trades. This month right here, on my swing, I only think I made about 15% to my portfolio. Scalps definitely added up to a lot on that. So that month, I probably made about 25% on my portfolio. So, I mean, very good. Very good. Don't try to get too crazy with that, because a lot of people, they're always trying to be like, okay, I want to make 3% daily, because if I can make 3% daily in 2 years, I'll be a millionaire. No, don't, because that's a lot of work. Make sure that trading is as easy as breathing. Don't constantly fret about what's happening on the charts. One of the best lectures that I've ever seen on trading was a guy that was saying the best traders are the ones that don't spend time at their screens. And I think that is, over the past couple of months I've been trading, I have found that to be 100% true, because it calms your nerves. If you know you're just letting price action work itself out and do what it's got to do, eventually you will be in profit and everything will be good. Or you'll get stopped out and you just have to find a new trade. But if you're spending 100% of your time at the computer, I mean, I know I'm kind of an outlier because I work from home. I'm a gamer. I do live streams. I'm always in front of this chart. But I have learned to not pay attention to the chart in front of me all the time. When I first started out, you might have noticed that my live streams were like 12 hours long, 13 hours long, 14 hours long. I was pretty much looking at these charts 24/7 until I went to bed. But I got better and better and better at trading the less time I spent on those charts. Obviously, when you're first learning, you're going to have to spend time on the charts a lot more because you're learning the concepts that are required to trade said charts. But once you have all that information down, all it comes down to is letting the trades work themselves out and then getting alerts from there on out on, maybe you got stopped out, maybe you've hit your target, anything like that in order to set your trades up. Most of my trades are pre-planned. I have predetermined limit entries or predetermined exits as I go through a trade, and then I'll get an alert whenever, those start getting hit, and then from there, I let the trade work themselves out. But that is completely, in my personal perspective, the best way to trade. What is your opinion about what happens next? Do you think we'll break out of a 6-month downwards channel? Okay, so you probably didn't see the beginning of the live stream, and this is going to be pretty interesting for you. Okay. So looking at a macro perspective, okay, we can see, let's look at our indicators first. What are our indicators saying? Let's look at a 1-week indicator. So you can see that the 1-week indicator, okay, is coming up and testing the 50. Okay, so if we would get rejected here, there's definitely is a high chance that we go down and test some lower supports. But if we shoot through it, that is a huge, huge sign that this is potentially the end of this consolidation that we've been in for the past, 2.5 years. Okay. And the reason for that is, okay, you can see right here, we have a shoulder here. We have a rounded head here, and we are in the process of forming a new shoulder. If that happens, all of this downwards price action now becomes a new target to the upside, meaning we'll be able to break out above the 8-to-1 Ganfan and hopefully the 1 fib retracement as we go along. And if you watch any of my previous live streams, you might have heard me talking about 5.5K, 5.5K this, 5.5K that. And the reason for that was I thought that we needed to go down to this support here, okay, and get a bounce off of that, and that would be a better bottom. But you can see right here, our 0.382 of this particular piece of price structure from the all-time high all the way down to our low is at about $6,280. You can see we almost got a bounce off of that if it wasn't for a Gone fan, okay? So to me, that looks like we got a bounce off of where we last capitulated and fell down to 3K. And that looks like it will be a new support. So all we need to do now is turn all of this downwards momentum into upwards targets. And how do we do that? Through an inverse head and shoulders. So that is what I am hoping to see over the next 55 to 60 days in order for me to cement this bullish view that I have right now of potentially this being the bottom of, you know, this downwards trend and potentially the start of the new bull market. So that's why I've been telling all my families and friends to start buying Bitcoin, even if it's a little bit, because even if you were putting in $1,000 around 7,500, you could potentially end the, you know, this bull market with, you know, close to $10,000. And if you're willing to trade that, you can make a lot more. And also, as well as that, we have this parabolic trend line right here, which we tapped off of it here at 3.1K, 3.3K. And where are we sitting now? Right here. We got another bounce off of it. So unless that is broken, I'm not going to be changing my tune. Things are looking very good, especially a lot of these higher time frames. You can see that we're testing the 50 on the weekly. Let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly. Monthly is starting to get a bounce off the 50. So things are looking very, very good. Very, very good. Okay. So, I mean, I definitely think that this is a huge, huge potential for the next bull run. I do have log scale turned on. Unless you're talking to Frodo or Frodo. Yeah, until that parabolic support is broken, absolutely none of these $1,000 calls I've been seeing recently, which I think are just clickbait and FUD and just trying to get you to watch the YouTube videos, have absolutely no merit. If that particular support gets broken, it becomes maybe a likelihood. If 3K gets broken, it becomes definitely a high chance. But unless those two things happen, they absolutely have no merit, to me at least. What time is it? I might order DoorDash because I have not had anything to eat all day. And even though I'm not even hungry, I would rather me eat maybe something small. What am I in the mood for? What should I get, guys? Should I get Mexican food? Should I get sushi? I don't think any sushi restaurants are open right now. Maybe. It's 9 o'clock. Just a burger, but let's see what's open right now. Checkers is open, Wendy's is open, McDonald's is open, Outback is still open, but they'll probably cancel my order if I send it. BJ's is open. None of the good sushi restaurants are open right now, so I really don't want to take my chances on getting food poisoning. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Like reading minds and so on? I don't know if it would want to be reading minds because I feel like that would be too much. Because if you think about the logistics of that, like hearing everybody's voices in their head that are within a certain radius, like what if it backfires? And what if it's the entire world going into your head at one time and you just go to an insane asylum? Being invisible is kind of creepy. There's only, the only time I ever see that being like useful is probably like criminal aspects where they're spying on somebody for a government or, stealing something. Flying would be super cool, and it would definitely, I wouldn't have to have a car. And I'll be able to get to my grandparents' house and my mom's house pretty easily. So flying is probably a good one. Super speed is also a good one. I think I would go with like Flash. Flash is probably where I would probably say that would be my favorite superpower because, like Flash, he's like, he can see everything in slow-mo pretty much, and like everything is just awesome. I feel like that would help me scalping like the 30-second time frame, so I have more time to process what's going on. I would be able to run to my grandparents' house and my family's house pretty easily. He can phase through walls. He can run back in time, so I would think Flash. That's my final answer. Time traveling would be good too, but that's pretty much what I just said. Because he can run so fast, he can go back in time. Taco Bell's a good option. I could go for some Taco Bell. I just use the default RSI. No settings are changed. I don't think Qdoba's is still open. Do you guys like Chipotle or Qdoba's better? I'm a Qdoba's man. Just because their queso is so much better than Chipotle's. You can debate their ingredients, but their queso is on point. But in terms of like the best queso, I think Moe's Southwest Grill has the best queso, hands down. I don't think Qdoba's was on my list. I think they close at 9. It closes at 10. If I order it now, I had Qdoba's the other day, so I don't know if I want Qdoba's. That is true, but their queso on point. Like it's the best. There's something about white queso that I really like. Ramen noodles. I don't have any ramen right now. I have not gone to the grocery store in probably like 2 months. I've been just ordering DoorDash every single day. It's a really bad habit. Really costly. If I was not making as much money from trading, I would not be able to afford the DoorDash that I do. Because let's see, if I go to my orders, all right, so they all cost about $20 a piece. Okay, so let's see, so there's 4. So it takes 5 orders to get to 100. So that's 100. That's 100. That's 100. That's 100. Let's see. I wish I could see the total amount of orders. Let's see. There is 7 on a page. I would say probably around $3,000. Somewhere around there. Probably in the last 2 months I've spent on DoorDash. No, I'd rather not change it because I've gotten so used to how this particular RSI works and all the little nuances that are in it, whether you shoot past the 50 just by a little bit and then turn around. So I'd rather not change it because I am very comfortable with everything and everything's been working out very consistently. So I just want to keep it the same. Get one thing from each restaurant. That would cost me like $70 if I wanted to do that. What would be good? Because I don't want like I really don't want like a gigantic meal. Maybe some Outback cheese fries. If I order it now, it should be done. I think I will do that. I think I'll get Outback's cheese fries because I love their ranch. Hey, fish. Get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Sit. 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 Lay down. Good boy. Stay. What's your strategy based on what, when do you take entries and exits? So basically I just play like on scalp timeframes. It's all dependent on my range. But I just play tops and bottoms. I'll hit a couple trades, get my risk to rewards right, make a whole lot of money. And then I'm always expecting that on the last trade, I'll take a loss. And then I can always mark it in to either a long or short after it hits a certain resistance or support. You know, goes past it. And then I'll, you know, that's my breakout trade. So I do basically just trading a pattern, and then I trade the breakout of that pattern. There's really not anything special with it. It's not hard. All that people get worried about is, you know, what if this, what if that. If you can take the anxiety out of trading, you'll have a lot better trades. So like right up here, I didn't get in a short position, but right down here, I pretty much DCA'd. My average entry was around this right here, so I pretty much got the exact bottom. As we're going up, I'll be taking a short up here. As we go back down, I'll be taking a long. And once we have the breakout, I'll get stopped out. I'll wait for a certain resistance or support to get broken. I'll take the market short or market long. I'll hold on to it towards the target. Once we hit that target or a fib line pretty damn close, then I will take my profits, wait for the next trade, so on and so on and so on. All right, so we're gonna get Aussie cheese fries. Ever since I was a little kid, I absolutely loved Outback's cheese fries. I think they're some of the best. What else should we get? I don't want wings. Maybe we'll get a... I don't want a steak. A steak is a little bit too much. I don't want to eat chicken. What other appetizers do they have? Maybe I'll get shrimp and cheese fries. Oh, I could get a steak quesadilla. That would be pretty good because then I don't have to like cut it up and shit like that. I think I'll go with coconut shrimp. Alright, that's good. Do they have any... I don't think you can get beverages anymore. I don't think they do that for to go. Let's see what the damage is. It's going to come out to $33. Okay. Lay down, buddy. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Sit. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. Money flow is declining. We're starting to get some ticks down on the histogram. We're getting bounces off the overbought territory. Everything's looking good. No, so I still use Market Cipher. You can see right here, this is the money flow and VWAP from Market Cipher. The thing that I find Market Cipher most useful for nowadays is particularly money flow and just general trends. I find the divergences off of the MACD to be much more powerful than Market Cipher. because there isn't that many waves. Like market cipher, it's nothing but waves. On the MACD, you have very particular waves they can draw divergences on. So they definitely help out a lot more for me and personally. We can see VWAP is below 0 on the 30-minute. It's starting to cross 0 on the hourly. So, I mean, this entire uptrend, we've been kind of having a decline on the histogram on the MACD, so that's a good sign. What's your favorite indicator for 15-minute trading? RSI. RSI is definitely one of the best. Fish sounds like he's getting into something, so I'm gonna be right back. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you getting into? Go lay down. Go lay down. Definitely before live streams, I need to have like a 30-minute play session with Fish, so that for the remainder of the live stream, he's chill. Next favorite. That's an obvious answer. MACD. Like I said, like I make the majority of my decisions based off of support and resistance. I don't make them based off of indicators. Indicators, I'm just looking for confluence with my trades. So if anything, my indicator is me and my support and resistances. That is my first answer. And then followed by the RSI and then followed by the MACD. Money flow doesn't really work as well on smaller time frames, so it's not something that you particularly want to be using strictly. It's a good thing to have and notice the incline or decline of money flow alongside your other indicators. But on those lower time frames, I don't feel like it's as accurate as the higher time frames. Hey. Stop. Off of that. Hey, sorry, just entered. Do you see bearish divergences on the 15 to 30 minute? Yeah, so I'm in the scalp short right now. My swing is still in the long position. And I probably wouldn't be exiting that long position on my swing account until we got up towards the 9,000s. But yeah, definitely. We're having a lot of bounces off the overbought territory on the 15, 30 minute, hourly. Our histograms on some of our lower time frames and some of our medium time frames are starting to tick downwards. Money flow is starting to decline on the 30 minute. So definitely we should have a nice retracement here. Can't give you an exact target, but I do think it will go down from here. Probably somewhere around down back towards the 0.382, around $8,000. Most definitely. And then maybe get a bounce there and then break out to the upside. Who knows? But I'm just playing it year by year. So, you know, on scalp trades, I'll just be playing tops and bottoms until a breakout happens. Fish. Stop playing with that. Do not touch that. That is not yours. Touch that. What is your stop loss for your swing long? It is going to be below the support of this particular bull flag. So, if we come all the way down here, I'll just be moving it along. That is my stop loss. Because until that support is broken, I have to assume that it is still going to break out to the upside towards 9K. Like I said, I really don't like talking about what my average trade size is. It's not something that I'm looking to make people jealous about. So I use 5% of my total portfolio for my swings. Right now, I'm using about $30,000, and then sometimes I go a little bit higher, depending on the day, what's happening. And that's just for my scalp positions. So Actually, no, not for my scalp positions. Those are for my swings. So that is, you can do the math if you want to, but it's not something that I get asked often. I don't like to answer that though, but just for you, since you are a new viewer, and we're not technically popular yet, I will share those little bits of information with you guys. Can you give me an example? An example of what? Fish? No, buddy. I think he needs to go outside. So usually like a lot of short entries will be bounced off of like the 1.618 of particular patterns. And those are usually where you find your tops. Particularly on this piece of price structure, we got to bounce off the 1.272. So that's where we found our top there. But like I said, you're just longing supports and shorting resistances until they die. You know, like right here, I mean, you should have been in a long somewhere around here, because you're out of support line, a very significant support line. Fish. Stop, buddy. I'll take you out in a second, man. 1 second. Okay. And right here, we have a resistance of our bull flag. Take a short here. And we do have some more resistance up here that could get tested. So that's why I said if it does come up any further, I will be taking DCA short entries right here and right here. And then from there, just set your stop losses on your particular pattern that you're trading. Whether you're scalping, you're going to have much different stop losses than your swing position, so on and so on and so on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take fish out real quick. I'll be right back. Your football.
Girls, they used to play me. Teachers, they used to hate me. Used to ride in that Buick, pretending it was Mercedes. Proof made it reality. Used to be just fiction. Mama, look, I'm finally a magician. Everything I envision happened like abracadabra. My girl, she feel the same. Them dudes used to laugh at her. Now they wonder how she doing. Ask her, I be flattered. Her brain's been getting bigger. Ass been getting.
Okay, I am back.
Squeaky clean plates. I'm a rubber feet. She gon' feed me grapes. Then we'll make a movie for a fee. I leak the tape. No, not really, but she's cheesing now. You should see her face. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't wake up feeling like I wanna die. No.
Everything's still looking good.
I'm thriving now. Yeah, I'm thriving now. I'm thriving.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me see what's happening on the DoorDash side of things. Let me see if they canceled the order. And it's another thing that a lot of people need to do is when in your crypto portfolio, have specific crypto just for hodling. Obviously, you're going to sell it, depending on what supports get broken. But have crypto that you're not going to ever trade. That's how I reduce my risk. So I have, a little bit over half of my portfolio. And that's where I get the majority of my trading funds. That's where I'm using 5%. I'm using 5% of that 50% of my portfolio in order to trade with. That way, I'm not overdoing things, not using too much, not using too little, in order to do everything. And then the other 50%, it's invested in other cryptos like Ethereum. Because a lot of these cryptos, you don't necessarily need to trade them in order to make a lot of money off of them. Like Ethereum, I think there is definitely a couple 1,000% to be found in the next bull market. So that's definitely a good buy. Basic attention token, all those types of things, I definitely think you don't really need to necessarily trade them. But holding on to them is not a bad idea. We still going, or are we hitting resistance? I believe we're hitting resistance right now of this bull flag. Yeah, I have a couple different stocks. I'm not heavily invested in stocks as much as crypto because I believe in crypto a lot more, and the returns on investment are much higher. Sorry, I don't know why I'm burping so much. But AMD, Nvidia, all the things I'm interested in, I have some sort of stock in it. Tesla, I got some stocks in that. I don't think those are my three heavy ones. Other ones they're not anything worth mentioning. I don't do penny stocks or anything like that. That's not something I'm into. Are you leverage trading now? Learning leverage right now. Yeah, I'm leverage trading. I use Bybit on the daily, and that is what I've been using so much. Why do I say it like that? I only use Bybit. Other people use, BitMEX. anything like that. It's just my preferred platform. I've learned to use it. I'm comfortable with it. No need to change it unless anything happens. Maybe the Pepsi. I usually don't burp that much when I drink Pepsi. I think it's just because I don't have anything in my stomach. That's my cute face. Hello. It works really well because I'm chubby right now, so I got my cheeks. Okay, does that cost you 0.02% an hour leverage trading? No. So there is a funding rate if you're in a particular trade every 8 hours, I believe. And it really doesn't affect you that much. What really gets people is entering market trades too often. If you're constantly entering and exiting market trades, that's one easy way to eat up your portfolio really quickly, especially if those are high leverage market trades. Because the percentage is based off of how many contracts you're actually, you're using rather than your initial margin amount. So whatever your margin, trade is, times that by your leverage, and then do the market fees. That is what you're actually paying. Have you looked into using your crypto to earn interest, like a savings? No, because I just haven't got to that point. If you're doing like a 401k or an IRA or a Roth or anything like that, I see the appeal to it because you don't have to do anything and it just makes money passively. But I promote managing your own money and trading for yourself, because if you're just throwing money into a 401k that is based off of, certain stocks and bonds, what if that all tanks and you have no control over how that money is managed? That's dangerous. I'd rather be in control of my own finances, and if I win, it feels a lot better. If I'm making a lot of money, it feels a lot better. If I lose, I know I could have technically prevented it if I saw something. You got your treat. You went outside. You've been a good boy today. Don't start being a bad boy. Go lay down. I'll be done with this stream. Let's see, what time is it? It is 9:30. I'll be done with this stream in about an hour and a half. Okay. And then we can chill out. We can watch TV. Okay. And if you're good, okay, look at me. If you're good, when my Outback gets here, I might give you some French fries. That sound good? Okay, all I gotta do is come up here. Up here. Sit. Sit. Lay down. Good boy. Stay. Just chill out. Chill out. Take a little nap or something. I don't think so. Robert. I don't think so. Is there a way to learn with fake money? Yeah, so if you go to testnet.bybit.com, that is the testnet. So you can add fake coins to your account, and it lags a little bit behind the actual Bybit, but it is a way to use fake coins and paper trade. Prestige, what's up, buddy? Let me check to see if nope, we have not gotten a... My DoorDash is almost here. That's what's up. Tamika is bringing my food to me. I love you, Tamika. Fish. Stop. You just went outside. You are absolutely fine. Where's your toys at? You want your elephant? This is his Tuffy elephant toy. It's made for like big dogs because it's made out of a certain material that isn't easily ripped up. And Fish, he has razor sharp jaws where he can rip through anything you give him. So this definitely helps. Here. Get it. I look like a Pepsi commercial. Pepsi. I think I got a new update for my 23andMe. I love when I mention 23andMe. Everybody's like, oh my god, you did that thing? They have your info now. They're going to do stuff with it. What are they going to do? I mean, I'm not going to commit any crimes. Sign in with Google. Oh, you're talking about like all that kind of stuff with like Binance and their interest. No, I haven't really given that much thought. It's not really as lucrative as just straight up trading. It's a good way for passive income, but you have to leave your money in it for like a year or something like that in order for that contract to go into effect. I believe. I don't know if that is not the truth, but like it's the same thing as an IRA or a 401k. You won't be able to buy or sell or trade your Bitcoin during that that period of time. So you're just going to, what if you're at the top of the bull market and it goes down 90%? That 3% a month, that you were making or whatever it is, now is gone. So it doesn't have the same appeal to me. Wait, what? I can't get into my account. Fish, what are you doing? Stop. No. No. That's not yours. She's about to pull into my neighborhood, so I'll have to leave for just a hot second. This is weird. I thought I knew the password to my 23andMe. Okay, she's in my neighborhood. I'll be right back. You're probably gonna hear Fish cry. Be aware.
the first with the curse, with the thirst that I wanna be better, not worse. Man, it hurts. I'm on this earth with my words, and I put them all together, insert, cause I wanna have worth. Working hella hard till they put me in the dirt. Gonna go far, man, listen to my words. Gonna be a star, man, life's like a blur. When you're working this hard, yeah, you get what you deserve. Yeah, I ain't taking a backseat, I'm passing anybody else who is rapping. I'm nasty, ain't nobody able to catch me. They gasping, they cannot compare, they can't match me. I'm at half speed, I got your girl and she laughing and dancing, hanging on my butt, she asking to crash with me. Smash with me, she savage, she wants cash money, and she knows that I live lavishly. I wanna live, I'm cold inside. Give all I have just to feel alive. I fight to live, I fight to strive. One day I'll have what I want. I want the whole world in the palm of my hand. I got a plan, I'm the man. Now I'm teaching the game, a veteran, better than anybody else who tests me. I'm ready, looking in my hand and it's steady. I'm trending, ascending.
Okay, what's up, guys?
Now I'm spreading and getting my name out.
No, I just wanted to go get my DoorDash.
All the crowds repping the sound. I'm hitting the
I got Outback.
up and coming, ain't nothing. Yeah, rookie of the year, I'ma keep it 100. Cold-blooded, no budget from nothing.
Hey, they gave me a piece of bread. I wasn't expecting that. All right, fish. Go lay down. Hey, come up here. Come up here. Sit. Sit. Good dog. Stay. And you will get a piece. Sit. Hey, get back up here. Sit. Stay. Oh, I'm so this looks so good. Come on. Come on. That looks so good. All right, fish. I will give you some, but you have to be good.
Sick of all the classists, I am done dealing with all of the bitch assness. I am not a cool kid, I am cuckoo if you ask them. Grew up outcasted, happy never lasted. Cruising 99, Aurora be the avenue. Fiends up and down the block, searching for a bag or two. Girls selling sex, crazy what your habitat will do. Still your boy, always kept a happy attitude.
Hopefully, you guys don't mind me eating on live stream. I know some people get weirded out when people are eating in front of them. If that is you, I'm sorry. But I have literally not eaten all day. Fish, come lay back down. Come here. Sit. Sit. Stay. You have to stay there if you want to keep getting food. Now I'm hungry. I'm so sorry. Let's see.
So I'm sorry that you gotta deal with the repercussions of what everybody did. Old friends turn to fiends who would die for grams. When they breathe, hear the wheeze and they diaphragms. Remember you always hated on a crew. Now you trying to put our circles together like Venn diagrams. I can count up all my friends on two hands, waving my middle fingers like this is my new dance. I gave them all a shot, I won't give them a new chance. I'm shining all of my own, I glisten like new gems. Oh man, now it don't hurt so much. What I feel when you leave ain't worth your touch. I'm invincible now, you invisible now. I don't do it for the prize, it's the principle now. So I'ma go as hard as I can down. Tell the grim reaper come and take me. I'm not afraid of falling to the very bottom. No death, don't intimidate me. 'Cause I'll be the blood of a winner. I can feel it all running through my veins. I know this might sound a little crazy to you. You wouldn't understand unless you was
Hello? Okay, there we go. I don't know when it cut out. But, yes, I've been laid. But not recently. It's not something I'm pursuing right now. There we go. I'm not in Whale Crew or anything like that, so I have no clue what Crypto Face is doing. I feel like that's fair. Like, a lot of people like ask me, why didn't you ever get Whale Crew? I think it kind of helps now. Because if people knew that I was in somebody else's call group, they might have a feeling that I am passing off their calls as my own, which I am not. I'm not in any call groups. I'm not subscribed to anybody. Everything that I do is based off of my own decisions. Now, is he in a swing long or is he in a scalp long? Because I'm still in a swing long, but I'm in a scalp short. There's a big difference. So he could be in the right thing, but if he's taking a entry right now as in a long, I don't feel like that's the best thing to do. I mean, we definitely could break out of the bull flag and go up to 9K. That is a high probability. But I would feel like a retracement back down to the 0.382 would probably be necessary to continue that. Could be wrong, but we're just sitting at the resistance. So that's the only thing that is making me say that. Until we get above 8,470, that 9K target is still kind of an iffy situation. You are not taking CF calls clearly, or you would be homeless. Yeah. Oh man, this is so good. This is so good. I have not had Outback in probably like a couple weeks. That's what's up, Chris. That's awesome, man. Look at that shrimp. Look at that shrimp. So Gone fans, when you first set them up, might not be exactly right. So when you're first setting them up, make sure you don't zoom in or out. But for like large pieces of price structure, we have a lot of price action. You just want to make sure that the Gone fans are lining up. So when you set them up, just zoom in or out one notch, readjust your Gone fans just a little bit, and then make sure that everything's lining up perfectly. So like for the macros here, I believe when I first set this up, my 2-to-1 Gone fan was cutting off in between this piece of price action. And I just had to zoom out just a couple notches and redo the 45. And then it lined up perfectly with everything. And that's how I make sure that my Gone fans are as accurate as possible. On the first swing high or first swing low, your Gone fans might be a little bit off. They're going to be accurate, but they might be a little bit off. But as the pattern progresses, you can kind of adjust them slightly to make sure that they're more accurate over time. But they definitely help in the beginning stages of a pattern. The mic is off again? Hello? No, it's not. Hello? Is the mic off? I mean, it says it's coming through. Okay. Stop trolling me, Fearless. Can you post your chat, Kite? What chat? This chat? Oh, chart. Yeah, I got you. I gotta post it from Pete. There you go. I know, Fish. You want more. Okay. Sit. Sit. Lay down. Good dog. Did they give me any napkins? They gave me one napkin. Maybe I should use a fork on these. My tongue just went numb. Did I just eat something toxic? Do I have allergies? I don't think I have allergies. I've ate shrimp before. The bottom of my tongue just got a weird feeling. Where did you get it? The food I'm eating? I got it from Outback. Hot sauce and cheese fries? I've never tried it. Might be good. I just haven't tried it.
Don't act like you know me, you don't even know my real name. All I want serenity, all you want's a fortune and fame. And the code to the gate, which I don't even like to give away. Cause I've been going through some shit I never thought I would. I stay in the hills, I don't even go to Hollywood. Toxic people in my life, man, I probably should.
I did not know that.
Better off if they was gone for good.
Sit. Sit. Is there a reason you use the bitstamp symbol versus the Bybit symbol? It's just because I was doing a lot of macro work in terms of finding out if this is the official bottom for the next bull market. So that's why it's on Bitstamp right now. Usually from day-to-day trading, I'll have it on Bybit.
Got a head full of spiders in a hat that isn't here.
I can't find the price action under all these lines. I'm sorry. That's how I make my money. I can't change it.
Broken cigarettes and bullet holes. One more to the chest, and I'm alone. Nothing gets me any higher.
And
Never will. Tried to stay sober, tried to stay clean. Wake me when it's over, like a bad
yeah, I can definitely give you some huge insights on parabolic support lines, macro RSIs, such as the monthly, all that kind of stuff. Back up here. Sit. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Okay. We're gonna go for a shrimp this time, Fish. You can have a piece of this shrimp. My dog eats like a king. It's ridiculous. I haven't tried the coconut sauce yet. Oh, it's good, but not trolling, but could be a few minutes behind in the stream. It's okay, man. It's okay. Nothing much, Sick Willie. I'm just eating some Outback. Now since I'm done eating, for anybody that's new, I will show you what I'm looking at and why I think that we potentially have just reached the bottom of the new bull market. But I need to have desk space in order to do that, which I do not currently have. All right, fish. All right, chill out. Sit. Usually, Outback is really skimpy on the cheese and bacon on their fries. I got extra, but this is like a crazy amount of cheese and bacon. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I haven't even had any bread yet. One thing that, like intermittent fasting, it's such a good thing because, okay, so first off, you're letting your body have more time to work off the insulin that you're giving it so that it can go into ketosis and use your fat as fuel. But since you're eating less, your stomach shrinks, obviously. So that helps you, have like a regulatory thing telling you, hey, this is too much food. But if you're constantly used to eating so much, that same warning sign of, hey, you're full keeps getting, like a bigger window each time. So then that's how people get so big, because they never feel like they're full. And it's not their fault. It happens slow over a period of time. Like, I'm not out here trying to fat shame anybody. I'm fat myself. But, that's a dangerous game. But intermittent fasting, about it after 2 weeks or so, that it fixes it. I don't really like this song. This is not a good song. Hey, lay down. Eat those fries, and then I will give you more. I am 20 years old. I know I don't look like it. I know I look like I'm 12, but I'm 20. Yeah, his name's Dr. Fung. He's really good at, and he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, most of the people that I talk to from trading, or I teach, are twice my age, usually like 40 to 50 years old, which is pretty weird. I've gotten used to it. Because typically, like, your dad should be teaching you that you teach your dad. But obviously, it is what it is. Doesn't matter what age. If someone else can help you, take advantage of it. I just joined and the first thing I hear is Fish getting told to lie down. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to get him to lay down so I can eat my food. I don't have to worry about him getting into something. I just want him to lay down, and I can keep, as long as he lays down and be good, I'll just keep giving him food.
Honestly, you crazy if you think that you can tame this kid. My team work as hard as me, I never have to babysit. Try to knock my hustle, but your hustle soft as baby shit. I already got a queen, I don't want your lady bits. I don't pay no one to build it, I go out and lay the bricks. I don't need them, never did. Always on the move, never settle in. Never settle down, I don't need.
And I don't use trailing stop losses. No. I will like, as the trade is going on, as certain resistances or certain supports get broken, then I will move my stop loss with the trade.
Lord knows I'm working, I can't let the devil win.
One time, I was eating food with my mom, and I licked my fingers. And my mom, she wasn't like, "Oh, that's rude." She said something totally different. She said, "Austin, licking your fingers is racist." I'm like, "What? Why?" And she goes, "'Cause KFC finger licking good." And like, you might think she was joking, but she was totally serious. I was like, "Mom, I think that's racist. The fact that you think it's racist." And she goes, "No, licking your fingers is racist." And I'm like, I'm just making sure I don't waste my food. Yeah, I'm looking at the 1 hour right now. Oh, you're asking JJ, never mind. Yep, I'm in a scalp short right now, and but I am in a swing long. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. I love not having to share the bread with anybody, so I can just use the entire thing of butter as a dipping cup rather than spreading it on each individual slice. It's a much better way of consuming it. Much better way. Lay down. I bet your mom is my age. Is she? No, she is. Let's see. She's 50, 51, and no, that fruit is dried up. Love my mom, but her heydays are over. So if she gets divorced, I don't know, man. She might be single for the rest of her life. Right, isn't it dangerous to short when the money flow is curving up? So it is technically curving up on the 1 hour, but on the 30-minute, it is starting to decline down, which should carry over to the 1 hour. All right, Mandy. I appreciate you stopping by, staying for so long. Definitely go help him off the side of the road, because that sucks being stuck. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
them hear the engine roar. What I'm feeling makes me wonder how I could pretend before. How you put words together makes me want to pay attention more. Not just an attention whore who likes attention, or was rich at 10 and didn't have to tend to chores. Pardon all these metaphors, I'm just complimenting your brain, cause I hope to hear it plenty more. You not just another lame chick who only wanna be famous, always talking that same shit. I think it's getting real right now. Shit, I think I'm in my feels right now. Cause baby, you the flyest and the dopest. And when you're standing in the room, I can't focus. And when you're not
Oh, I'm starting to get full, but there's so much food.
and girl, it gave me butterflies when I wrote this.
I should have just got cheese fries and cheese fries only. It would have costed a lot of money still, but at least I would have been able to eat it all.
Girl, you the whole package. And when I'm with ya, it feels like magic. Yeah, we could lay up on the couch watching comedies. Cause when you're stressed out, I'm here to put your mind at ease. I picked a winner and got rid of all the nominees. So one day we can make the granddaughter that my mama needs. Cause I don't wanna be in and out apartments, lying through my
French fries reheated, they don't taste good to me. I mean, you could say I'm like a crybaby bitch, you know, bougie little crybaby bitch. You know, I don't know. So if I don't finish this all, I'll probably see if my roommates want any. Because, I mean, Outback cheese fries. Everybody likes those. Now, pizza is different. Pizza has options. You can eat it cold, and it's good. You could reheat it in the microwave, which isn't as good. But you could also put it in a pan and then put some tinfoil over top so that the steam melts the cheese again, and then the crust stays crispy. So pizza, I will reheat, like save for later and eat the next day. But French fries, no, not gonna happen. What's your short entry price? 8,152. You already ate that?
Always underdressed, but I'm still a boss like Hugo. I'm Houdini, where the roof go. I guess the sky's the limit. We are cut from different fabric. I am not designer fitted. You should renovate your closet and keep less disguises in it. You say that you ballin', could you specify the digits? I'm suspicious, I'm concerned.
Just think about it. One day, when we have thousands of viewers, we can all just short and long at the same time, combine all of our money together, and just pretty much make the impact of one gigantic whale. You know, hopefully reach the effect that Mrs. G has on the markets. She's the whale. I thought you were there, Mrs. G. was trying to get a piece of coconut shrimp out of my teeth, and it was not working with my tongue. It wasn't happening. That's enough fish. No more. 25x. Big baller. Don't use a microwave, it's bad for you. I don't think so. I think people get the bad impression from a microwave because of the term nuke it. All they're doing is using microwaves, okay, in order to excite the water molecules, which evaporate, causing heat, which warms up the food. So all it is vibrations. And then some people will say, well, if you're just using that logic, gamma radiation is just nothing but vibrations. Well, you get cancer from that. I don't think it's the same thing. That's a good one, Crypto Half-Life. That's a good one. Never used a microwave in your entire life? Wow. What's the price on that green line? This one right here? Or are you talking about the support? That is 8,170. Damn, I think I'm full. That sucks. I'm gonna try to eat a little bit more. It might look like we're resting on it. Definitely on the 30-minute we are. But what you'll find is along the lower time frames, you can go past a resistance or a support by a little bit. What matters is usually the higher ranges up here. And you can see that we're starting to get rejected at it. You can see it closed right here. So, I mean, we should be going down from here. And this could give me the indication that I need to readjust my God fan slightly to make this match up. And then that way makes it accurate for the rest of the pattern. So just the initial setup could be a tad bit wrong. That was just the first go at it. But the more price action we get, the more accurate it becomes, obviously.
We are who we are because of that shit. So no, I don't wanna be in a perfect world where nothing ever goes wrong. Far, far away from me, no water from the tears. I wonder how they ever go.
Give me 1 second. So, readjusting your GON fans is pretty simple, okay? So, when you first set up your GON fans, okay, obviously you'll get your 45-degree tool, okay? You'll find what comes first. So my high comes first. I set up my 45-degree angle here. I find the intersection between my high and my low, right here, okay? And then I get my GON fans. I lay them down first, see where they land. Okay, and I got really lucky on this first setup. But you do that. And you can see how the price action is lining up pretty much perfectly. You can see the rejections are getting rejected on GON fans, so on and so on and so on. So that's what you want to see when you're doing this. So then I can kind of readjust this particular line here and say it is this GON fan right here. Okay. So in order to readjust your GON fans, you want to look at a couple bounces. So if you see a long string like this, you know, finding support, bouncing, finding support, bouncing, you want to make sure it lines up with the GON fan. So the way you do that is you keep your 45 degrees there, and then you zoom in or out one notch, 1 or 2 notches, and then you click on your GON fans and you readjust where those 45s are in order to make sure that they are accurate, as accurate as possible. Yeah. So when the pattern first opens, you kind of have to guesstimate. But once you start really seeing consistency in certain resistances, go ahead and adjust your GON fans to fit them within reason. Obviously, you don't want your 8-to-1 GON fan to be, you know, in the middle of the pattern. But make sure it looks correct, as easy as possible. Definitely the macros are where it really counts. Because your macros could be off and you can think that a particular macro is a huge resistance or a huge support. But if it is not in the correct place, it's not going to hold any significance. Hey, fish? No. No. You got food. Go lay down. There is no need to do that. Get up here. Get down. Sit. Sit. He doesn't want to eat any more fries, but he still wants food, and I don't know what he thinks I have. I just put it down. Kite, have you listened to Gary Clark Jr. tracks like Come Together? No, I haven't yet. He was the guy that you someone suggested last live stream, right? Pretty sure. I really liked him. Let me see. Let me see if it's the same guy. Yep, that's the guy. Play it right now. How about it? I've heard this. Yeah, I've heard this. Yeah, probably the Beatles version then. I was hiccuped while drinking. That was dangerous. All right, let me start packing up this food right here. All right, fish. If you can get all the bacon bits out of here, you can have them. Oh, I got food all over my desk now. That was the first time I've ever eaten food at my desk. Gotta keep the food in the bowl. That's the purpose of putting it in the bowl. Thoughts on Tone Gaze? He's not one of the people that I listen to. The people that I like to listen to in terms of crypto, is Crypto Revolutions, a little bit of Crypto Zombie, Crown Crypto, and let's see, Philicone. Those are the the 3 to 4 people that I would listen to pretty much every single day. I don't listen to a whole lot of people now because I know how to make informed decisions myself. But if I'm ever confused, I definitely go and see what they're talking about. But definitely back when I was learning, I would watch them pretty much every single day. I don't really like Crypto Kirby. He's just not my style. I like his. He has how he's defined his personality. I love like what he's going for. It's just not personally for me. Like if you heard like "Moon the Likes, baby," or like anything like that, or like smacking the desk, you know it's Crypto Kirby. So like he's built up like a distinguishable personality on YouTube, which I admire that. I do. You Run in My Veins is in my Spotify charts of 2010. Thanks to you. You Run in My... Who is that by? I know I've heard that song, and obviously I was the one that showed it to you. Is it this one right here? Have I ever played this? I know I used to listen to this song, but it's not like one of my top daily things. I'm more of like a rap type dude, or at least like lyrical stuff. That's where I really like my music. You played it so often. I don't know if that might have been, I don't know, that might have been like the non-copyright playlist. It's a good song. I don't remember it though. This is like my anthem. Like this reflects me so much. Like Whit Lowry, this song by Chris Webby in particular, Ryan Corveo, some of his older music is basically who I am. I gotta turn this up a little bit so I can hear it. I will, right after this one. Just keep talking so you don't get copyrights. Hi, my name is Austin. I'm a 20-year-old crypto trader. What's up? It's only going to be a little bit, so I don't think it's going to get the copyright thing. See, that's exactly the thing. I don't flex for anybody. Like, I don't drive a fancy car. I don't dress in Louis and Versace clothing. I don't have to advertise that I am wealthy. I know it. That's all I care about. So I'll buy things that I need or like I really, really want, but I don't do stuff just for other people. I feel like that's so many people in today's day and age. They're just buying stuff to show other people that they have more money than them. It's ridiculous. That right there. Yeah, wealth is knowledge. If you don't know anything, you're not wealthy. You might have money, but you don't know how to manage it, so you're not wealthy. It's not long-term wealth. It's there for a short period of time, and then somebody's gonna come along. You know, that's why it's important that if you have a family legacy, if you have money, make sure to teach your kids how to manage that money, that when you die, they don't lose it, so they can pass along to their kids, and potentially even more than they started with. You know, like people don't realize that a lot of these really like huge families that have had money for generations, it only takes one person to mess all that up. So make sure that if you are that person that starts your family on this really crazy path of wealth, make sure you teach them about it. Don't just neglect it. JP, what's up, buddy? In a little bit, I'll be going back over the macro things just for anybody that's missed it. I don't think he's wrecked his Ferrari yet. You better eat those fish. Do not leave them on the floor. Okay, so you said play Insomnia by Faithless. Is it on Spotify? Because I'd rather do it through Spotify, because otherwise I have to change all my audio settings. I see Insomnia Radio. I put Insomnia, it didn't pop up. I put Insomnia Faithless and it didn't pop up. So I'm sorry, man. Mr. Thakas, what time frames do you use money flow to help evaluate the trend? So like I said, pick 4 different time frames within a factor of 2 and stick to those time frames no matter what. Get used to them, get to, start seeing how they work, start seeing the effects the indicators have on those time frames so that you are very, very familiar with what types of moves you'll be working with. For me in particular, I work with the 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute for my scalps and my swings. So that's the time frames that I use. So you can always just go down a notch, see what the money flow is doing, go down another notch, see what it's doing there, and it can give you a better clue on what is happening. And it's like I said, it's a domino effect. The smaller time frames will transfer over to the bigger time frames if everything works out properly, but always monitor the smaller time frames for those little tiny changes. BTC dumping. Yeah, I'm back in profit. I was hoping it would go up a little bit further, get some of those DCAs filled before it came back down, get my entry higher. All right, Fish, move. I'll get it for you. Okay, you got it. Are you trading equities with the same strategy? No, I don't do trading on anything else besides crypto. Not for anything particularly. It's just I'm comfortable with crypto. I know how to trade it correctly. And it's one of the most profitable things. So that's why I tend to do crypto more than anything else. Everything else I kind of just buy and hold. And I'll do macro trades with it, but I won't, do day-to-day trading with it. Now, something that worries me is that the 30 minute is already coming back down to the 50. We would want to see that break the 50 if we want anything really good off of this short position. 15 minute is at the 50 right now. Could definitely get a bounce. 1 hour still has quite a little bit of ways, so we'll see how that goes. Just put me on your playlist. Proceed. Smiles on my face. Hey. Hey, get off of the food, Fish. You got some fries left over here on the floor. Okay, you got to eat those. Eat those fries. Oh, I found that song that I was talking about on like the last live stream, that Irish song. It's called Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman? I noticed your lower Gonfen is lower than the low. What are you talking about? My 8-to-1 Gonfan is right here. You can see the candle body closed on that Gonfan. I'm not too worried about the wicks. I'm usually worried about the actual closes for Gonfans. Are you talking about this one right here? Because this is just based on the previous bull flag that we're using as support for this new one. James, what's up, man? I appreciate it, buddy. I'm glad I could be here for you. I mean, where you set the 45. So when you zoom in and out, your 45 is going to be different. That's why I said when you're setting up your Gonfans, if they aren't perfect, zoom in and out to make sure that they are, and then just adjust your 1-to-1 Gonfan to that 45, dependent on your zoom. And then once you have them set, you can go ahead and delete them. No, so your high comes before your low, okay? And in order for your Gonfans to be symmetrical, if your high comes before your low, you need to find the cross section between your high and low, and it's going to create a joint out here in the middle of nowhere, and that's where you need to set it. That way your 0.5 fib line lines up with all of the intersections at the halfway point of the symmetrical triangle. And on my macros, you can see my down channels start from the middle of nowhere, because that is the cross section between my high and my low. You can see I'm vertical with my low, horizontal with my high, and that makes sure that I have a symmetrical triangle to work with. Anybody that has just tuned in or hasn't seen me talk about this, the reason why the title is potentially, like, I don't know what I named it, you know, start of a bull market, whatever it is. A couple things. So first thing, we have this parabolic support line that we bounced off at 3K. Okay. And that same support line, we are starting to bounce off right now. Okay. As well as us forming this inverse head and shoulders here, turning all of this $10,000 into a target right here. Okay. Well, not $10,000, but this, you know, $10,000 to 6,500 into a new target. What I want to see happen in order for us to kickstart a new bull market, we need to turn all of this right here into a target. And the way we do that is by forming another shoulder right here that will turn all of that into a target, help us break out above the 8-to-1 Gonfan, and hopefully the 1 fib retracement, kickstarting the new bull market. If that happens, it'll be very, very good. And potentially we'll be following this particular channel of Gonfans right here all the way up. So it'd take about 750 to 800 days for this next bull market to be completed. But from there, I definitely think that that is a possibility, because 3 years for a bull market in Bitcoin is not too unheard of. You know, we've done a lot more in a lot less time. And one of the things telling me why this is potentially the bottom is because where we last capitulated was on the 0.382 before we fell down to our low of 3K. And right here, we didn't quite get to the 0.382. We got pretty damn close. And that tells me that we definitely have found support on what was previously the support of the last bear market, which is potentially the new support of the next bull market. So that's one thing that it's definitely giving me the indication that this is probably a bottom. And if things change, obviously I will change with it, because, you know, certain things, if they happen, will break that. One of them is breaking this Gonfan right here. Another one would be breaking this trend line. That would be definitely an indication that we could be moving over further into maybe one of these other channels before we officially break out to the upside. But I feel like that is a good possibility. So definitely something to be watching out for, and maybe potentially buying a little bit of Bitcoin. If you have not already. Fish. What are you doing? Still got French fries over here. Eat them. Do not leave them on the floor. All right. As soon as this song's done, I'll play it for you, JJ. I love Khan. Khan is one of my favorite artists. I've heard that song a billion times, but I will play it on live stream. I love that song.
And I look down on other addicts when we're one and the same. Remember back, I'm pushing 20, those were simpler times. That's when we met, and ever since you never far from my mind. I broke my ankle playing ball, and so it's you I'm prescribed. And even through all of the pain, you make me feel.
Ow, I just bit my tongue.
Couple weeks and now you're gone, and now I'm feeling the stress. I always wanted to feel something, maybe nothing is best. My friends and family started questioning if I'm feeling depressed, but I don't really give a damn. Just put me back on the meds. I've been lost in my head. My homie Jackson.
Did you watch Crypto Zombie's vid today about talking about the slow falls from the falling wedge resistance? I did not. I did not see that video. Actually, we're just gonna skip.
Predict they lack a certain presence and effervescence.
It's on Spotify, so I can just play it from there. I really like Khan's older music because I feel like now his new music, he's trying to hop on like the trend of like not necessarily lyrics, but more of like flow and rhythm, which I definitely see the appeal to. It's just not for me particularly. And obviously he's the artist. He can do whatever he wants. If he feels like he's making, you know, better music that way for him personally, absolutely, that's his prerogative. But me personally, I don't like a lot of his new music. Fish, you are okay. Get up here. Okay, Fish, you're giving me trouble now. Like in this, he uses his vocabulary to his advantage. But in the other ones, I just don't feel like it's happening. My nose looks extra greasy right now. I think I will be ending the stream soon, guys. Probably at 11 o'clock is what I'm planning on doing. I know we never officially get to the end, what I have scheduled, usually at about 12 o'clock. It just, you know, eventually we get through all the price action, we get through a lot of questions, we have a good time, and then I want to start chilling out for the night. Unfortunately, this week I have a couple really late night sessions, which hopefully doesn't knock me off my sleeping schedule. Because I know it's easy to say just wake up at the same time, even though you have to go to bed later. But that's super hard for me. It definitely is. Especially because there's nothing urgent that's calling my attention. Like some people, like, they have to wake up at 6 o'clock because they have to go to work. And if they don't, and they don't walk in that door, they're fired. So they have no other option. Me, I don't. So there's like a zombie version of me that will wake up and turn my alarm off without me knowing consciously. And then I'll just go back to bed. No, I'm a PC player. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately. Pretty much that's it. Either Call of Duty or Rocket League. Like that's my two go-to games when I'm just trying to relax. Now, Call of Duty, you definitely don't relax. Like you can get pretty mad at that game. I've been trying to drop a nuke on Call of Duty for the last couple days, and I've gotten pretty close. I got to 28 kills before the game ended, and I was pretty mad. Because I didn't even die, the game ended. I was so mad. And we lost too. So if I could have got 2 more kills, we could have won the game. But yeah, if you want to add me, if you want to play like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you could do that. I don't know what... Here, I'll launch Call of Duty and find out what my Activision name is, if you want to. That's up to you. So you play campaign only? No. No, I don't play campaign. I haven't even played a mission out of the campaign. The last campaign I've played on a Call of Duty was Ghost. But to this day, I think the best campaign I ever played was Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 had the best campaign out of any, Call of Duty ever. My Activision name is... Damn. It's Kite # 4567423. And if you want to, back up the live stream in order to rehear that, it's up to you if you add me, man. No pressure. After this live stream, I'll probably play a couple matches before I go to bed. It is Kite # 4567423. So 7423. Awesome, man. You DM'd me on Discord. Let's see. What is your Discord name, Mr. Wynn? Or I don't know if you're Mr. or Mrs. Gonna assume Mr. though. I looked at my YouTube analytics and it was like 100% of your viewers are male. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. It's trading. ASDF? Is that you? Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, I did see this. I don't particularly use the actual GON boxes, but they definitely are accurate. I just prefer GON fans and fib retracements. As well. Okay, so fib retracements and GON fans aren't supposed to work together. The way you're supposed to get horizontal resistance off of a GON fan is that all of the intersections you do Alt H. Okay, and those are your supports and resistances going forward. That's how you get a lot of your support and resistance from Gone fans. So that's why sometimes you'll get stopped out like in between a Gone fan and a fib retracement, because there is another level of this that a lot of people aren't seeing. And as well as that, you can put vertical lines, and those are your market trends as well. Quick question before we go. What's your target for the Scalp short? I would probably take some of my profits along the 0.5 because that's definitely a high chance for it to bounce. But ultimately, I would probably wait for somewhere around this to take my profit. Somewhere around these last couple of Gone fans. Just start setting up a long position. But definitely taking profit along the 0.5 and probably the 0.382. A lot of people will take, like, if they have four fib retracements between them and a support or resistance, and they're trying to trade that, they will just take 1/4 of the profits here, 1/4 of the profits here, and then the rest here. It's all dependent on what your style of trading is. No, I don't think Mrs. G is male, but YouTube analytics doesn't account for her because she's just one out of a couple thousand. She is the 0.1%. Not only is she a whale, and she's the 0.1% that way, she is the 0.1% of viewers. All right, we got 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna start saying goodbye to you guys. I appreciate it, as always. I never thought I would be where I'm at. That's just all I'm saying. In terms of live streaming, in terms of trading, there's just so many little things along the way that got me to this point, and I'm glad it did. Life definitely has a way of working itself out. So thank you very much, guys, for stopping in, spending your nights and mornings with me, depending on where you're at. I definitely do appreciate it. Your time here is definitely valued. So thank you very much. It's going to drop in. That's like the curse of my live stream. I always end my live stream before the major price action happens. So it's a blessing and a curse, because you know, as soon as that live stream ends, you'll have some good price action. Chain Wax, I appreciate it, man. Stefan, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night. JJ, GL, Chris. Okay, hold on 10 minutes, Kite. What's your target for the short? Like I was saying, I think there's definitely a high chance for us to find support along the 0.5. Definitely use your indicators, you know, specifically your RSI to your advantage on that. You know, once the RSI on the 30-minute gets to the 50, start looking for a bounce, you know, start taking some profit. Once the RSI gets to 50 on the hourly, start taking some profit. And if it does go past that, look for a bounce out of the oversold territory, and then you can enter a long position from there and exit the rest of your trade. All right, Willie. Look forward to playing with you, man. 7 minutes till the hour anyway. For me, it's 4. Because in 4 minutes, it'll be 11 o'clock. And I'm not going to end the stream until 11 o'clock. Hey, fish. No. 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 Choosing for entertainment is actually more subliminal than they had imagined. You couldn't fathom what the fuck would be fed on the day. That's a good lyric. The stuff people are watching are more subliminal than they can imagine. That's a pretty good one. I'm seeing let me bring up COD and see if your friend request came through. I did not get a friend request from you, bud. If you didn't send it yet, just let me know. Do you have instructional videos on how to make your charts? If you look up how to set up GonFans and then Kite, that video should pop up. I know it's kind of hard to find everything, you know, below the live streams, so I get that. But if you just YouTube search that, it should pop up. And I will show you how to set up GonFans. I don't tell you how to readjust your GonFans. I kind of missed that aspect. But hopefully, you know, in this live stream, I know you saw that me mention how to do that. And also, this video, you can look up how to set up a Gon chart. I don't think it necessarily goes on how to set up Gon fans in particular, but it will show you how to set up Gon boxes, which have the fans within them. So if that is something that you wanted to get into, it has like a cool little green thing called Gon squared and then yellow unveiled. That video I've watched probably 2 or 3 times, and it's great information as well. Yeah, I definitely need to redo that and probably put it at the top of the playlist for a lot of people. Let's see. Alrighty, it's 10:59, guys. I will see you on Monday. And as always, if something exciting happens over the weekend, like we pump up to 9K or anything like that, or we break a support, I'll hop in for a little bit, talk to you guys about what's happening, go over that, and then we'll be on our way. But if nothing major happens, I will see you guys on Monday at 8 p.m. EST, UTC -5 for anybody that works on that kind of calculation. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Allie, appreciate it. Crypto Half-Life, thank you, man. Appreciate it as well. Alrighty, guys. That's going to be it for me. Thank you. It's been a very, very good night. And hopefully, this short will work out and we'll be in some good profit. Alright, guys. I will see you in the next one. Good night, JP. Fearless Fly. Dump now. Hope so. QP, thank you as well. I appreciate it, buddy. Alright, guys. I got to find the end stream button, but I already got my finger on it. I appreciate it.